This man is on a date. In the restaurant, he made a cut. The dessert took off. Diners ran for cover. The Egyptian pharaoh's bottle was shattered into pieces. The man got up and tried to run. And then, he lifted the tablecloth again. He turned around. He hit the waiter again. There was panic. And that was it. A good date gone wrong. The man is about to take the woman home. Suddenly the engine kicks in again. He sprayed black oil all over the woman. She got into the taxi crying. Then the man lit a cigarette. He wanted to relieve his mood. He started the car. He hit the toolbox again. Immediately, a hole was poked in the fuel tank. The guy didn't even know it. He threw his cigarette out. The fire started instantly. And the car's arse kept going. The man drove all the way home. He got out of the car and the door handle fell off. He went to the door and started talking to his roommate. By then the fire had caught up with him. Then there was a loud bang. All that was left of the car was the wheels. The unlucky man's name was Jimmy. He was a maintenance man at an egg factory. He had the head of a broom. Then he started working. And he spun himself round a few times. It was bad luck. In the morning, he was about to warm up a loaf of bread. And the toaster caught fire. Jimmy panicked. Then he tried to pick at the bread with a spoon. And then the spoon got electrified. He got sparks in his hair. Then he unplugged it. And a big ball of fire flew out. And set the curtains on fire. He went to turn on the tap. And the hose snapped. He grabbed the Hoover. He puts out the fire on the curtains in no time. He accidentally inhaled a high concentration of alcohol. He panicked and turned around. The fire caught the sofa cushions on fire. So he sits down and puts it out. Then he puts the cushions on the top shelf of the cupboard. And then he shoved the Hoover, which was about to explode. And then he shoved the vacuum cleaner, which was about to explode, underneath the cupboard. And there was a bang. Roommate opened the door. He was confused on the spot. The house was a mess. The man drove out in his broken down car. He took his roommate out for a walk. The car doesn't sound except for the horn. Everything creaks. Outside, it's hot. Inside, it's freezing. The roommate turned off the air conditioning first. The switch fell off. He looks at Jimmy with a blank look on his face. Jimmy looks at him with a puzzled look on his face. Then they got into a fight. They were freezing like snowmen. Then they came to the downhill road. And then the brakes go out. He slammed on the brakes as hard as he could. And the handbrake came off. They screamed in panic. At that moment, someone was crossing the road in front of them. They were still panicking. They couldn't see out of the car. Luckily, his roommate was able to dig a hole in time to see what was going on. So Jimmy steered hard. The car went right off the site. It went into a dirt pit. The car was crushed. Luckily, neither one of them was hurt. Jimmy climbed out. He looked around. Suddenly, Jimmy was shaken by something. He went over to see it. It's a metal plate in the wall. He was happy to take it home.